What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And on today's video guys, I will show you several quite interesting news. First of all, I will show you an update of Scott Roth's lawsuit, and I will show you that he has a lot of chances to win his battle. On top of that, I will show you an investigation from one of our community members in regards to the people who were involved, who were basically at U3 HALT panel back in 2022. On top of that, I will show you a potential path how we can achieve our goals and how we can have more answers on our questions. So, and before we dive deep into all of this, guys, please hit the like button for YouTube algorithm and drop me a line in the comment section for whatever reasons you want. And let's start with the tweet that was published by Scott Roth just a couple of hours ago. He wrote, "Folks, all set on TD Ameritrade and Schwab affidavits for the first true engagement in my case. Save what you have, you aren't too late to the party because I have enough for the submittal in US District Court, Vermont. However, Missouri people in the MMTLP, please DM me if you can put together a damages sheet and print outs of your brokerage accounts regardless of who the broker-dealer was, summarizing your MMTLP trading. We might have some room to maneuver in Jefferson City, and this is your warning order to be ready to go to bat for the rest of us." And guys, I have to say that Scott Roth is extremely active right now, and I've already mentioned about this. And I have to say that he has a lot of potential paths how he can push his case forward, because he's a quite fresh person in our community, so-called fresh, and he became an active person just several months ago. That is why his point of view is pretty much basically he's thinking out of the box, and he can use this approach, and this approach might be very interesting and successful for us. That is why, guys, I highly suggest you to follow his Twitter account, greenhills303, and to help him if you have any relevant information. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. Dr. E reposted the tweet that was published by Drew Diligence 4 hours ago, and Drew wrote this: "Combining through stuff here to find something. Stumbled on this. I ever show you guys this? A live chart screenshot with TD Ameritrade dated December the 8th, right after market close. Anyone who says this was never supposed to trade on December 9th is only lying to themselves because they aren't fooling me." And here's the screenshot. Let me show you this in details. So, as you can see, this is the Thinkorswim some kind of window with the support team, and Andrew is definitely Drew Diligence, and Steven is the person who is responding to his questions. So, let me quote you this. MMTLP shareholders as of record December the 12th will receive 1 share of NextBridge hydrocarbons for every share of MMTLP. Purchases of MMTLP executed after December the 8th will not receive distribution. Will not be quoted. Ex-FINRA verified it will be cancelled on December 13th. See below. The stock will quote on OTC dealer on Friday, December the 9th and Monday, December the 12th. But according to FINRA, anyone buying on those days will not receive distribution, and the symbol will be cancelled effective December 13th. We will be setting MMTLP to closing transactions only after close of trading tomorrow, December the 8th. As purchasers after that point will not be entitled to shares of NextBridge. This means it is a pure evidence that Thinkorswim, and Thinkorswim is the part of Schwab, they didn't know about the trading halt, and they told to their customers that basically it will be free to buy without the ability to receive NextBridge hydrocarbon shares. On top of that, let me quote you this sentence. "This one has been very limited as far as insight." That is basically what the guidance says. But sadly, we can't really provide any additional insight, since we really don't have any other information. Our corporate actions team have advised that any other questions should be directed to the transfer agent, American Stock Transfer Trust Company LLC. Also, MMTLP Investor Relations, Mark Komononsky, and here is his phone number and email, and the contact info there. So guys, this is a pure evidence that we were misled by the broker-dealers, at least 3 of broker-dealers, and it is TD Ameritrade, it is Schwab, and Thinkorswim, because for now it is just tiny particles of one huge broker-dealer. And that is why, guys, FINRA and SEC knew about this, and they did it intentionally. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. Junk Savvy reposted the tweet that was published by Elf Carbon just 9 hours ago. And Elf Carbon is another person from MMTLP community who has quite interesting and important due diligence and investigations. And for now he wrote this: 911 call to the MMTLP family for information. Please comment below with the below data. Your brokerage, what your experience was buying MMTLP, could buy on October the 6th, could not buy until the certain date, could never buy. This is very important. Please participate. And guys, if you ever bought MMTLP shares and sold it, or basically any other actions from your brokerage account related to MMTLP, please contact Elf Carbon and contact Scott Trott, because it is very important in their investigations and in Scott Trott lawsuit in particular. On top of that, guys, take a look on this due diligence that was made by RareDD, and he is still investigating the issue of U3 halt and the nature of U3 panel members. And he wrote this: Erica Fredrickson went from New York Stock Exchange to GTS Securities, where she performed an account management function, acting as a liaison between the traders on the New York Stock Exchange trading floor and GTS portfolio companies by providing company-specific and macro market updates during trading hours. But somehow, she wasn't aware that GTS was engaged in market manipulation on the New York Stock Exchange for approximately 6 years. Then, at around the same time that GTS, Yaron Katz and Jenny Zhu came to a settlement of over $10 million, Erica made her say to Clearest, which is also owned by Rubinstein. Interesting, might be a good time to whistleblow. And she might be a potential candidate to whistleblow, and we know that for now, one of the promising, one of the most prominent ways how we can see and how we can acquire more answers to our question is the whistleblower. And RareDD is trying to find this type of person, and he tries to attract them on our side, on the bright side of this fight. On top of that, he wrote this again just several hours ago. Jessica Hopper became FINRA's head of enforcement after serving as an acting head in 2019 at the beginning of 2020. For all FINRA's biggest cases, Jessica was the face associated with the fines imposed and the efforts to obtain restitution for investors. Naturally, if thousands of investors believed that FINRA harmed them when they modified the corporate actions, resulting in a rare U3 halt, of course, FINRA's head of enforcement would be hands-on to uncover what really went wrong, right? Wrong. 6 weeks after the U3 halt of MMTLP, Jessica Hopper left FINRA. 6 weeks after that, FINRA released their FAQ for MMTLP, where they attempted to explain their reason for the U3 halt. There were no names of the contributors associated with any of the FAQs. Christopher Kelly, the acting head of enforcement when Hopper left, also left FINRA later the same year, but while in the position, he also never publicly commented on MMTLP. Bill St. Louis, FINRA's current head of enforcement, also has not made any public comments about MMTLP. Seems like no one of them have been willing to wager their reputation defending FINRA's actions. And guys, Definitely, this is indirect signs of illegal actions inside FINRA, but these facts raises a lot of questions, at least for these people. And these people also keep silence, and they don't want to protect retail investors, despite the fact that it is their fiduciary duty. On top of that, guys, take a look right here. Christian Shaughnessy wrote this tweet again just several hours ago, and she said, "Neither the government regulators nor the financial industry self-regulatory organizations can correct the problem, because they are the problem. This is the very definition of what I have come to call a regulatory crisis." It is the direct speech from Susan Trimbath. And guys, this is the pure explanation. Why didn't FINRA do anything in order to protect retail investors? And they just trying to kick this can down the road for as long as possible. And the only way how we can solve it is to fix this system in general. Let me quote you further. "The circumstances present in the securities industry today were self-regulatory organization on Wall Street write rules that get rubber stamped by the regulators in Washington is the definition of regulatory crisis. Denial makes us vulnerable to the next financial collapse because the regulatory crisis continues unabated and unresolved. The Securities and Exchange Act of 1933 was written against the backdrop of the stock market crash of 1929 and the Great Depression that followed. The central clearing and settlement system we have today was born of a paperwork crisis in the late 60s, when it was impossible to exchange money for stock certificates within 2 weeks of the trade. As a result of the great financial crisis of 2008, we got new legislation from Washington for Wall Street in the Dodd-Frank Act of 2010. That act didn't change any of the rules that contributed to the crisis. It merely required several regulators and financial self-regulatory organizations to perform studies and propose their own new rules to try to stave off the next financial crisis. You could say crisis is in the DNA of the self-regulatory financial system we have today. Investors and entrepreneurs they support are being harmed by short sales, settlement failures and stock lending under rules approved by the Securities and Exchange Commission and monitored by multiple of self-regulatory organizations. Neither the government regulators nor the financial industry self-regulatory organizations can correct the problem because they are the problem. This is the very definition of what I have come to call a regulatory crisis. And guys, I have to admit that Susan Trimbath is extremely powerful person. She's an author, economist, retired teacher, and she has a lot of power. She has a powerful community of more than 100,000 followers. And if you want to receive more information from Susan, let me show you this. A Peruvian bull, another person who has a podcast. He's going to do a podcast with Susan Trimbath tomorrow. What are your questions for her? Comment below. And guys, if you want to ask any questions, if you want to know more about the current situation on the financial markets, on the stock market, and the how miserable the stock market is right now, please ask these questions and follow Peruvian Bull and his Twitter account. And that is how, guys, we can spread this information to as many people as we can, and we can attract more allies on our side. And this is definitely extremely beneficial for us as a community, and that is how we can win this battle. And guys, let me tell you my personal story. I have a wife and 2 children aged 11 and 15, as well as a small dog. After 30 years of living in Russia near the Baikal Lake, we decided to move. Now we reside in Serbia. Although I don't own any MMTLP shares, I invest a lot of time creating daily MMTLP videos. I have been doing this every day without days off and holidays for more than 1.5 years. Now I wish to buy back this time from my family, from my children. We've agreed that I will ask the MMTLP community to support me, and I will give all the money to the children. Therefore, if you believe that I am providing useful content for you and wish to support me, you can join my Patreon account. For $5 a month, I will add your name to my list of supporters if you wish. Thank you in advance. The link you can find in the description below. So, I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium